Bubcast. My name's Bub, and my guest today is Carmen and Billy Blank. What's up, Carm?
Not much. What's going on?
Are you ready for Wrestlemania talk?
Yeah, WrestleMania recap. Let's go.
Recap.
Yes.
Now, I thought WrestleMania Saturday was good. First match I want to bring up were the Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs.
Wow.
What you guys think about that match? Are you surprised the Usos retained the titles?
Well, they kind of had to retain the title. Rick Boog tore his quadricep and couldn't finish the match.
I was about to say, halfway through the match, you could see he got hurt.
Yeah, there's really not much more of a choice. I think the Usos were supposed to win anyway, but there wasn't really much of a choice after that.
Right, other than seeing him look like it got hurt, I think they did a good job of saving the match.
Yeah, I mean, they covered it well. You really didn't see him again until, the medical team was out there.
Yeah.
I mean, they finished the match pretty decent.
It looked real, but at the same time, it was like, was that part of it?
Yeah,
Like, oh, no, it was real.
There we go, Bill. Me and you, one day, we'll defeat the Usos.
We have to take down the Usos with Roman Reigns in their corner, though, so we might be in some trouble.
Carmen will take care of Roman Reigns.
Carmen's
in the Bills' corner.
Carmen's our Paul Heyman.
That's it.
But, yeah, it's a great team.
Yeah, am I happy the Usos won? I am, because I'm not a huge fan of Shinsuke Nakamura, and you know me, I'm a huge fan of the Usos.
I actually like the Usos, too. I love Nakamura, but the Usos are pretty cool.
I just think it's pointless to have your World Tag Team Champions be lackey to Roman Reigns, but that's my opinion.
And
that's true. And they came out, well, I guess we'll get into that. They came out with Roman, but then they kind of just vanished.
Yeah, if they need them to cheat, then they pop in. Otherwise, they just kind of fade in and out to be part of the group.
Yeah, well, I thought, it was a good match. It was an average match. It was a good match until Boogs got hurt and they had to end it. So
yeah, I like Rick Boogs though. Hopefully he comes back soon.
Yeah, torn quad, probably 5-6 months at least.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeesh.
Next,
so what do they do with Shinsuke?
I'll have to figure something out.
How about this? I'm saying this: when Rick Boogs comes back, he turns on Shinsuke.
I love it. Yeah. I always love it.
The heel turn.
Anytime a tag team partner turns on the partner is always a win for me.
Bill, I would never you. Never mind.
Yeah, me and you would never deal with that kind of controversy.
Don't worry, Bill. I would never turn on you. Maybe.
You wouldn't give me the Margetti? You wouldn't kick me through the barbershop window?
You'd be right through the barbershop window.
I would do what Shawn Michaels did to Jannetty.
Exactly. Yeah, good win for the Usos. They tend to win whenever I watch.
There you go.
Next match is Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. No one's ever kicked out of the end of days.
What a shit match.
Kicked out of the end of days.
Oh, yeah, the match was terrible, but the setup of Happy Corbin was hilarious.
The staggering fall of Drew McIntyre has been ridiculous. Main event during COVID. And once people are allowed back in, he's pretend chopping ring ropes with these two crackpots.
That's a perfect analysis. With these two crackpots.
Carmen, are you a fan of Drew McIntyre?
I do like Drew McIntyre. I think he's being misused entirely. Just awful.
He does seem over. Like, the fans like him, but they're putting him in these weird angles.
I guess they don't want to do anything else with him at the moment. So they do this Happy Corbin and a Madcap Moss in his suspender pants. It doesn't get much dumber, but
the whole Happy Corbin plot line though is hysterical.
Well, I know you love the whole rags to riches story of Happy Corbin.
It was such a great. The WWE promo packages are the greatest thing in the world.
I'll say that whoever makes promo packages ought to be up for an Emmy or something because it's highly underrated.
It's unbelievable.
The promo packages are great.
For what, 20 years?
Yo, Carmen, do you think Moss would win Comedy Player of the Year?
No, he sucks. only if Baron Corbin was the one voting on it.
Yeah, I love Drew McIntyre cuts the rope in half. Because I've always said Drew McIntyre brings the sword out, but he has never used the sword
to kill anyone with the sword. It's his ancestral family sword, but he has yet to actually use it on someone. But it has magical powers.
Someday there will be a match where he slices the guy.
We can only hope.
He slices the guy, Bill, and then he sends him to your house as a gift.
Yep, he sends his head in and all right, let's not.
In the box.
The next match is The Miz, Logan Paul versus The Mysterios. Are you surprised The Miz and Logan Paul won? I'm not.
No, I will say right away.
I'll give him credit. Logan Paul, I mean, he's in decent shape. I mean, he looks more in shape. He looks more like a wrestler than Dominic Mysterio does. Looks like the pudgy kid in the third row with a bag of popcorn.
Logan Paul was great. He embraced the heel thing. He did a couple moves that were actually pretty decent. The match was.
I mean, he definitely tried. Like, he put the effort in.
So, here's one. Are you surprised The Miz turned on at the end of the match? You think they're going to set up a little Logan Paul Miz feud?
I hope so. I was surprised because it made absolutely no sense. The announcers brought up that it made no sense.
From what I understand,
it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
From what I understand, in his deal with the WWE, at some point he has to have a face turn. And when they tried it the first time they brought him around, just nobody liked him at all.
Right.
So trying to do it this way to see if it works.
Who, The Miz has to have a face turn?
No, Logan Paul.
Oh, Logan Paul.
If there's anyone that could get Logan Paul to be a face, it's The Miz. The Miz is great.
He's such like a douche.
He's just a douche. He completely embraces it. He actually seems like a cool guy. Perfect. He seems like the coolest guy outside. I mean, outside baseball, but he seems like the coolest guy. But he's just perfect.
Yeah, no, he plays it. He plays it very well.
The betrayal, the way he looked at Logan Paul after he won the match was one of the funniest moments of the night.
And let's not forget Logan Paul coming out wearing his Charizard #1 card around his neck.
Very jealous of that.
$5 million Pokemon card.
Very jealous of that card. Do you think any fans tried to snatch it during the match?
I would have. I would have tried.
Carmen would have got arrested.
I don't think so. I think I would have got away.
What if you were working security at that event? You just kind of snake by, boop, pop it in your pocket?
Yeah, nobody would have known nothing.
No one would have noticed you trying to sneak by?
I wouldn't have tried anything. I'd have snuck in. I'd have stole that Charizard card, and I'd have been out the door.
What if Logan Paul... What if Logan Paul said, I'm going to fight you for it? Take it back.
He could try.
That'd be an interesting match. Carmen versus Logan Paul.
And Bill's a special guest referee.
Do you think I turn on Carmen and side with Logan Paul?
I said
I got the inside.
Don't worry, Carmen. I got your back. I'll hit him with the RKO.
Oh, that's nice.
And then I'll hit him with the Orton punt. Knocking all the brain cells in Bill what he has left.
I can't wait till we get to that match, by the way, but that's coming. That's coming.
It's not yet, Bill. You got to hold your horses, Bill.
I'm holding my horses.
Next match
is that I'm holding my horses.
Hey, Bill, what's my podcast brought by again? We want to hear it.
I'm sorry, what?
What's my podcast brought by again? We want to hear
it. We totally forgot. This podcast is brought to you by Manscaped.com.
And
Manscaped.com/Bubcast for 10% off.
And Anger Issues, what was the other one called?
Oh, yeah, it's BetterHelp.com. I know things are stressful. And you need someone to talk to. I'm so bad at these ad reads.
The next match is, are we surprised? I'm not surprised personally in the Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch. I thought it was a good match. But
Great entrances.
I'm not surprised Belair walked out champion again at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's surprised. It's probably one of the best matches of the weekend, honestly, as far as wrestling goes. Both very good, very good wrestlers. They put a great match on. Both had really good entrances.
Becky Lynch had cool eyeshadow.
Yeah, she had some weird anime eyeshadow thing going on.
It was a good look.
Yeah, she plays her character well.
I almost feel like she almost should have won just because of how badass her entrance was. The car.
Yeah, but I think they kind of owed it to Bianca Belair for winning it during the COVID and couldn't do it in front of a crowd.
Right. She's great.
Yeah, she definitely is.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. I thought Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch was a good match. It was, intense. It was back and forth, and it was just a good match to watch.
Definitely entertaining.
I think it's funny to say that, like, probably one of the best matches of the weekend, brought to you by two of Triple H's NXT superstars.
There's another thing we have to get into.
And NXT ain't the same since Triple H ain't running it anymore.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they gave him the boot.
But his homegrown NXT talent running the show Saturday.
I used to read that he was doing a better job booking than WWE was when he was running NXT.
Definitely was. That's a whole other podcast.
So does Triple H have any control in the company, or not company, but like control wise?
Not really.
What happens if Vince, God forbid, something happens to Vince? Who gets the company from there?
I mean, control wise or like ownership wise?
Does ownership go to Steph? And I guess then also Triple H?
It'll go to whoever, whoever releases stock too.
Do you think Shane's got a piece?
The company, that'd be up to the board.
Does Shane get a piece of the pie?
I mean, he probably gets it. He probably gets some of the stock. He's probably in the will.
So new chairman, they got to vote on?
Yeah, the board would have to elect a new chairman.
Wow, it goes like Dark Knight. They kick Bruce Wayne out of Wayne Court.
Yeah, they try.
Unbelievable.
Got Lucius Fox on the inside.
Yeah, he used to be on the board. So that's another podcast. That's our Dark Knight podcast coming soon.
Favorite matches of the night of the weekend: Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. Great match right there.
Yeah, it was definitely great.
Was that the next match after that one?
Yeah, I'm reading it down on my list. Let me read. Would you blank?
Oh, jeez.
We're all script now. We're in Bub's world. Just run with it.
We're in Bub's world, and I love it.
Announce the match. Then you can say whatever you want about the match.
No problem.
You want me to come over there and spear through your television?
This tag team is already falling apart, right in front of our eyes.
All right, so what do you think about Cody Rhodes' return? Do you think they got big plans in the future for Cody Rhodes?
Yeah, I think so. I thought it was a good return. Huge pop from the crowd. Everybody was going nuts. The little intro that he has now, using the same music, his music. I think it was kind of, a good touch, a little FU back to AEW, as well as, getting the crowd into it. It was a great match. I think going forward, he put it out there. He's going after the belt. Let's see him do it.
You think he's going after against Roman Reigns?
Eventually he's going to try. He wants that world title. He's going to have.
Whoa!
I think though, watching Cody Rhodes, I think the Cody Cutter kind of looks like the RKO in midair.
I would agree. Actually, I think I may have said that. Actually, it's funny you say that. I think I might have said that.
I think you did say it.
But how about that DDT from the third rope? One of the coolest moves. Seth Rollins is great.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely one of the best right now doing it.
And it was the surprise. Everyone thought that Cody Rhodes would be the surprise, and then it was. It still worked. It still completely worked.
Yeah, they had enough swerve going where maybe it wasn't, but they just weren't sure.
We thought Jericho for a second.
Yeah, and then when the music hit, everybody knew then.
And what does he say? My family's the McMahons are.
There's more than one family dynasty in wrestling.
Yeah, and what do you think? His dad's Dusty Rhodes, his brother's Dustin.
Yeah,
he makes a point.
Oh, absolutely.
Bill, did you watch Raw Monday, Bill? Because there's something I got to get into in a couple matches.
Uh-oh. I have one thing about Raw. I did not see Raw, but what do you got?
Not yet. When I get to it, you'll see what I mean.
Oh, okay.
What are you bringing it up for? Just get to it.
I got to get to the first before I get to it.
What a segue.
Once I get to WrestleMania Sunday, I'll get to it.
I thought we already were. You just brought up Cody Rhodes.
Oh, no, I think that was Saturday.
Yeah, that was Saturday.
Next match, was Charlotte versus Ronda. Are you surprised Charlotte retained her title?
Oh, boy.
No.
Brutal.
Did you like that match?
No.
There's video of Charlotte Flair calling out the spots to Ronda, and it's brutal. I hunted that down on Twitter.
Yeah, Ronda, I'm sorry. UFC, okay, fine. professional wrestling, sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it, she is not good.
She's just not good. She looked good. She looked promising at first, and it's maxed out.
Ugh, I could do without it.
Yeah, it's bad. But Charlotte's great.
Trying to force feed you Charlotte, and you got to do Ronda Rousey to get there.
What do you think, Bub?
About the match, I didn't think it was that good. But
all right, so all right, good. I was hoping you wouldn't say you loved it.
I think Charlotte, you know I'm not a big fan of Charlotte, but I think Charlotte was carrying Ronda Rousey.
Oh, absolutely. Wrestling wise, absolutely. Oh my god.
Now the next match, Bill. What you think about Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Oh boy.
Sorry. That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Here's the thing. I was watching this with Carmen, and I was a little hard on it at the time. But I've looked back, and I think I was a little too hard on it. It was fun.
Originally, it was fun. Going down, Bill just kept complaining that he wanted more.
It was so much advertising for the beer. It was like unbelievable. But then I really thought about it. If you ever drink an IPA, they drank 7 to 8 IPAs.
Phil, you're complaining and you're telling me you wouldn't want to have a beer with Stone Cold?
Oh, I would have. Because if we get into the next night, I think Stone Cold redeemed any doubts I had.
Look, Bill, you would get it with beer, and he would stun you right there.
I feel like I would love, as long as I could get the treatment Pat got where I could have the beer, and then he stuns me, I'd be in heaven.
There you go.
And I would take the best stunner. I'll put that out right now. I would take the stunner better than anyone.
Would you take a better stunner than
Mr. better than The Rock?
Sunday?
I would take a better stunner than Vince McMahon did. I can't wait to get into that.
All right, so are we surprised Austin won? I'm not.
No, not at all.
Wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be funny if Kevin Owens won?
I mean,
somehow, like Sami Zayn interfered or something.
I mean, they could have went any way if they wanted to. I mean, they had the whole, no false count anywhere, the Extreme Rules, whatever.
Yeah, something weird could have happened, and then maybe Stone Cold fights again.
Yeah, bring him back for SummerSlam. Give him 6 months to get ready.
Somebody said, I think maybe Undertaker or something. He told Undertaker backstage, he's like, I know why you've done this so long. It's so fun.
Yeah.
So apparently Stone Cold had a good time.
Who knows? He might get the itch again.
Did you think Stone Cold was bad, or you thought he was good? I thought he looked pretty good.
I actually thought he was.
Yeah, I thought that for a while.
He took Kevin Owens whipped him into the crowd guardrail, and he took it so lightly. I was like, oh, God.
I mean, you could see he was having fun with it, though. He had fun.
Yeah. Oh, Stone Cold's become this fun-loving guy.
Yeah.
He's not the intense. He's not the guy we once knew. But
Bill, if he stunned you, Bill, I would pay to see that.
I would pay to do it.
Yeah, right.
Is there a way he should do that? He should have a cameo where it's like, pay $30 for me to stun you.
I think it would cost more than that, but it would be worth it.
Yeah, I don't know why I picked 30. Random number.
Here we go to WrestleMania Sunday. First match I got is Bobby Lashley versus Omos. Are you surprised Bobby Lashley won?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was stupid to have him win.
It's so stupid. You pushed Omos the entire year, and then he gets whooped. Or not whooped. What did you guys think of this match?
What did I think? I thought it was a pretty good match for big guys, but I thought it was stupid to have him win. I thought they were at least pushing Omos for a world title shot, or not a world shot. To at least put him in that situation to maybe challenge for a title. At least the U.S. title first.
He is gigantic, by the way.
Like everything I read up to it was they were going to have that Gable Stevenson fight him and do it in a squash match and have Stevenson just hand him cold. They're like, oh, that's wasting Omos. So they do Bobby Lashley, and they basically do the same thing. It just lasts a little bit longer. So all this, unstoppable monster, and then he gets squashed in his first big match.
And he is gigantic, but he's not that great in the ring.
He's still getting there. He's still learning.
But he is. How tall is that sucker?
7'4".
7 something. I don't think he's really 7'4". But he's definitely around.
Yeah, they always push it. They push it up a little bit.
Yeah.
400.
Bobby Lashley looked like the smaller person, which is so funny.
Yeah.
I like those two huge guys fighting each other matches. What are those called?
What'd you say?
When it's just two big dudes, they only have like 4 to 5 moves.
Yeah, it's just like a Giants match.
This is what I want to get into. Are you surprised Bobby MVP turned on Lashley on Monday night?
I heard about this. My brother texted me about this. I'm shocked.
It almost makes sense because Omos absolutely needs a mouthpiece. Like, he can't go. He's awful. He can't do it. So MVP's like, a great one to put with him.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley also needs to figure out a new mouthpiece.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not as bad at least. Like,
you just bastards.
Short with him. But like,
you think they're going to squash Omos again or no?
Nah, they're probably going to try to build him up now again with MVP, but we'll see.
I loved Edge when Edge called out AJ Styles. He's like, I don't want Omos's lackey. I want the AJ Styles.
Are you guys fans of Omos or no?
I'm
indifferent. I'm indifferent for now. Because I think it could be cool just because he's so big, but he doesn't have enough going on. Like when he nailed Bobby Lashley's head against the turnbuckle, I don't think that was prepared.
We'll see where it goes.
Bobby Lashley took a headshot.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the RK Bro versus Academy versus Street Profits? I thought that was a good match.
I thought it set the tone. I thought it was one of the best matches of the weekend. Randy Orton and what's his name? Matt Riddle's. Is Matt Riddle?
Just Riddle now they call him.
Their friendship is so funny. Even the entrance, the two Vipers, and the one Viper's annoying the other Viper.
Yeah.
I was in the whole time. I love those guys.
Are you guys
surprised RK Bro retained?
And Riddle jumping up on the top turnbuckle next to the guy and doing the RKO off the top was one of the coolest moves of the whole weekend.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised they won. I think any one of the 3 teams could have won that match, and I wouldn't have been surprised. Just trying to ride out the RK Bro for a while. It's a great gimmick. People like it. They like watching them. We're gonna let it run for a little bit longer, I guess.
How has no one ever done the barefoot? Wrestling in barefoot is so noticeable and cool.
They've done it in the past. Most recently, Samoa Joe is doing it.
Shit!
And they told him he had to stop doing it.
Who, WWE?
Yeah. And then no sooner Riddle came along and they let him do it.
That's so funny. But I love the Randy Orton. You would think he's more into this friendship than you would expect.
Yeah,
he seems to really like Riddle.
Same thing. It's like an older Randy Orton. He's a little more vintage. He's a little more easygoing. He's not as intense.
And then, Bub, we had the moment with the beer with who's that college kid that's like the new stud?
Gable Steveson.
Yeah, they invited him in to have a beer, and the one guy knocked the beer out of his hand.
Yeah, Chad Gable.
That's like me knocking the beer out of your hand there, Bill.
Yeah, you would get the same contempt.
You knock a Bill out of beer's hand, he's coming after you, Bob.
Yeah, exactly.
The friendship just ended.
It's that simple.
We wake up next time.
Carmen,
the next morning calling BetterHelp.
What'd you say?
Can we wake up the next morning going BetterHelp? BetterHelp.com/Bubcast.
If you ever have someone knock over a beer and you get very upset, you might need to call someone and get some help. And BetterHelp is there for you. They have a 10%. They have a 10%. Is it a 10% discount? I believe it's a 10%.
10% with Bubcast. Yep.
It's always 10%.
Di, I know you're in the background listening, Di.
Yeah.
Our producer. We forgot to introduce the producer.
Actually, Carmen's the producer and editor, but whatever you want to say.
So wait a minute. What's Aunt Di?
I don't mind sharing credit.
Is Aunt Di executive producer?
There you go.
There you go.
What's the difference?
You know what the difference is? That I'm going to hit you with an RKO next time I see you, Bill.
Oh, that's the difference right there.
And then Carmen's going to hit you with Carmen's going to pick you up and then hit you with the Frogstar Frogs.
I would love to be in a meeting. We're having a business meeting about the podcast. I'm like, so what's the difference there? You'd be like, here's the difference now, Bill. I'm going to hit you with an RKO. That's how you do business.
Next match. Are you guys surprised Sami Zayn lost to Johnny Knoxville?
Oh, this match was great. Jim Cornette loved it. I've just looked up Jim Cornette's thoughts on this match.
So freaking goofy.
Jim Cornette hates anything that's not from 1972.
Yeah, like classic wrestling style.
Exactly.
I imagine he probably wanted to like stab Johnny Knoxville.
And Sami Zayn tweeted, he's like, I'm proud of this match. People liked it.
The friggin' the crotch kicking machine.
Oh my God. Wee Man was more over than until someone coming up later, who I think was the most over.
Party Boy comes out, rips his pants off.
Oh, by the way, Chris Pontius from Jackass doesn't age.
No, right? He still looks the same.
You ever hear him and Steve-O tell the story when they were on wrestling? The one guy like didn't like them. I forget what wrestler it was. And he's like, all right, Steve-O, I'm going to hit you with a body slam. And he like hit him legit. I'd have to tell you this. I shouldn't even have brought up that story. I just sidetracked the whole thing.
Why don't you want to bring up stories now, Bill?
Yeah, I said.
Bill, you're on the podcast, Bill. Whatever you say, Bill, you can't say never mind, Bill.
You can't take it back.
Too late.
You can't take it back.
Sounds like you need some.
It's a good story, though. Everyone YouTube, Steve-O, WWF, or WWE, WWE. Oh, my God. I'm falling apart over here.
So you're about
Producer, what did you think of the match? That's why Howard always had Robin. Now I get it.
Bill, you're calling yourself Robin?
I think that means you're Batman, Bub.
Got up!
Well, I was going let's not even worry about.
The next match I want to get into is Pat McAfee, known as Pat McAfee versus Austin Fury.
I've been waiting for you to get to this. This was the greatest. Bob. What'd you think?
I'm glad he won. I thought it was funny, and I thought there was a chance. But then he lost to Mr. McMahon.
That's what we really need to get into. When Mr. McMahon busted off the suit, and he was just as jacked as he was in 2001.
Well, he just had a video up the other day of him squatting 1,000 pounds.
Wait, what?
But I just love. He looks distinctly older. Vince McMahon.
Older.
Like, so compared to the Attitude Era, you're like, oh my God, he looks like a washed up potato.
Yeah.
But then he busts off that suit. You're like, holy moly!
Like right over somebody's head off.
That was the most fun. I think this might be the most fun match of the weekend. I wouldn't say the best match, but my God, this was fun.
Carmen, what did Mr. McMahon do his head again?
He had a video out the other day. He squatted 1,000 pounds.
And I was talking to Nick, right? And I said, my cousin, because he was over, and I said, Nick, is this what happens to guys that disrespect their boss? Because I'm like,
Carm, when you were head of security at Wells Fargo, if somebody talked to you too much, you would just bust off the suit.
Well, I was never head of security.
We don't have to poke holes.
There were a couple of times where the suit jacket did come off though.
That is great. When you had the suit on was the best era.
Yeah.
Carmen, Bill, I would laugh if you were in WWE and got busted up by Vince.
Oh, well, we all found out in the promo package, you probably found out by watching it, that Pat McAfee kicked down Vince's door.
Yeah,
so there was build-up.
Austin Theory down.
What'd you say?
That's when he was chasing Austin Theory down. Yeah. Theory ran into Vince's office.
Okay, you think they're going to do so? You think Pat's going to fight again or no?
I hope.
I hope. I was about to say I hope so, because I thought he was hilarious.
Carmen, did you say you hope?
I said I hope not.
Oh.
But in my defense, maybe that was a little hard on the Stone Cold match. I thought Stone Cold coming out and stunning McMahon and then stunning Pat McAfee was so funny.
Yeah.
Let's go and take the stunner. He's too old.
But I just love the idea that even if Stone Cold came out to save you and offers you a beer,
Yeah.
he is going to stun you.
McAfee sold the stunner very well. I'll give that.
If you watch the replay, the way he spits out the beer it's almost Triple H level.
Yeah, McAfee sells it well.
Oh, Bub, you forgot about Triple H in the beginning.
Oh yeah, he came out and put his boot in the ring. What about it?
Did you shed a tear?
No.
I almost did shed a tear.
Wrestler.
I almost shed a tear.
I was a little sad, you know.
I suppose that's supposed to be your favorite wrestler. You didn't even weren't sad about it.
Was that his wrestling boot he put in the ring?
Yeah, his boots.
Because he announced his retirement on for some reason on Stephen A. Smith's show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We all know that, Bill.
Why does Stephen A. Smith? Why is he announcing his retirement? I'm sorry, Bob. Why is he announcing his retirement on an ESPN show?
They have a partnership with ESPN.
Oh, okay, smart.
Yeah.
Let's get into this match now. Let's talk about Queen Selena.
Oh God.
Let's not talk about it.
Versus Baszler versus the other four.
Probably the worst match.
I couldn't believe it. There were 70 people. I don't know what was happening.
That you have this garbage match that went on far too long, and you don't have a match of either your Intercontinental Champion or your United States Champion.
Oh,
we had this tag team match.
And Carmen, we actually do have a worse match if Bub even wrote it down.
What?
The New Day match coming up.
Oh, yeah, I have that match.
All right. Well, this is my second to least favorite, but Sasha winning at the end, I always love because I love Sasha.
But the New Day versus, did you like that match? No, it sucked.
I would say the New Day match was the worst match of the night. It looked like they came up with it in 20 seconds. It was weird. My boy Xavier Woods took a beat down.
Yeah, I think they were trying to scramble to figure out what they were going to do with everything that happened to Big E. They probably had some kind of plans for Big E, and so they had to scrap it and figure something out to do.
Carmen, the whole Big E thing is such a bummer.
Carmen, you think they like Big E or no?
I think everyone likes Big E.
No, I say you think WWE likes Big E.
I think everyone likes Big E.
Yeah. I think they'll like Big E even more now when he bounces back from this injury.
Seeing everything everyone talks about him, he seems like probably one of the most liked people in WWE, in wrestling, let alone WWE.
And him doing the live updates on his Twitter from the hospital or it's touching stuff. He's a likable guy.
Oh,
hey,
absolutely.
Hey, Bill. Hey, Blank.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bill, don't get smart with me, Bill.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love when Bob starts laying down the law.
Your host the respect he deserves, Blank.
You are the host, sir, and I am sorry, sir. I am sorry.
Tonight.
Bob is...
You should get on your knees.
Easy.
The audio people can't see this, but I am kneeling. I'm on my knees.
You should say thanks to your God.
The producer can see me on the camera. I'm kneeling.
That's on hardwood floor too. That's probably painful.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm bleeding.
It's like kneeling in church.
Oh my God. What? Oh, there's another podcast.
This is the match. I want to get into the match.
Here we go.
AJ versus Edge.
Oh.
Match. And you know what was creepy about this match, Bill?
A lot of things.
Go for the phenomenal forearm. And it was a good match, but it was a slow-paced match. And Damian Priest is staring at him. I'm like, the Nick, he looks like a friggin' serial killer.
They did both kind of look like serial killers, the way they were smiling at each other at the end.
No, Damian Priest looked like the serial killer like this, smiling with his eyes. And when AJ was going for the phenomenal forearm.
Oh, and he distracted him for just long enough for Edge to sneak him with the spear.
What'd you say, Carmen?
That's what happens when you have a lot of eyeliner. You get an odd look to you.
Now, do we think Edge is starting? Because this is something I think WWE needs. Groups, factions.
Edge is absolutely forming a stable.
Yes.
Everything I see, Rhea Ripley's the next to go.
Is Rhea Ripley going to join with Edge?
Yep.
Oh, that'd be great to have a female.
You think?
Carm.
Think Edge is going to go for a belt or no?
I don't know. I guess you got to see where they're going to go with it. If like he's going to go for the belt, or if he's going to have like one of his people go for the belt. Who knows?
Does Edge need a belt?
I told Bill that I thought maybe Edge and Priest would try to go after the tag team titles against Orton and Riddle. Just a prediction. I don't know.
No, I think, what do you think? Bigger than that.
Yeah, what do you think, Bub, of the idea of them forming a group?
I like it.
Because back in the Attitude Era, the groups were the best part.
Some kind of dark stable.
I would like to see Edge versus Reigns, but the thing is, they're both heels, and I don't really think Reigns is a heel. Honestly, I think he's more of a like Stone Cold kind of guy, or kind of like bad, good. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I agree. It's hard to turn heel when the fans love you so much.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely a heel, but he's a fan favorite nonetheless.
So it's one of those like when The Rock back in the day, like the fans cheer, but then they'll boo during the match.
Yeah. When they do something underhanded, people boo. And but then when he yells "acknowledge me," they all scream for him.
Oh, the acknowledge me. And shout out to AJ Styles in that match. AJ Styles was great.
Here's a match I want to get into. Roman Reigns versus Bill. It's time.
It's time.
You're head of the table, Bill.
Head of the table. I love the idea of the match. I thought the ending was a little weird.
Yeah.
It felt like it came out of nowhere.
What'd you say? That spear?
No, it felt like the ending of the match. Was it a spear he finished him with? It just felt like it came out of nowhere.
Once you get into the nonsense with the referee gets knocked unconscious, and then he hits him with the belt, he gives him a crotch shot. Then the referee wakes up just in time to count 3. That's what I call horseshit.
There's another thing. When Paul Heyman used the rope to help the guy, he like pushed the rope, and the announcers didn't notice it, and then they noticed it on the replay.
Yeah, that's again horseshit. He pushed the rope in so Roman could grab it and have to break the hold.
The announcers didn't bring it up, and then on the replay, they're like, "We didn't see that. Paul Heyman pushed the rope."
Because Paul Heyman's such a good sneaky guy, you don't see him.
Did you guys like the match or not really?
I would say it's up there with the. I mean, it's hard to judge those big dude matches.
It's what I expected. I'm not saying it's necessarily a great match, but it's what
better than in Goldberg. It's better than Goldberg versus Roman Reigns would have been.
Oh, that's just garbage match.
Are you surprised that the networks are letting both championships go?
I mean,
now what are they going to do with it? What are they going to do? Could they make it into one belt, or that would ruin the?
I don't know. If they're going to have like a new belt, debut a new belt, or if they're going to have Roman Reigns just going back and forth to both shows. Mm-hmm. Time will tell.
That's interesting. Did Roman Reigns come out at Raw, or is he waiting for SmackDown?
He said he's going to be on SmackDown too.
He said, did you watch Raw, Carmen?
Yeah.
That's it. That's interesting.
Fall asleep.
What?
Did you fall asleep or did you watch the whole thing?
I watched wrestling.
All right, because the thing was, Roman Reigns, Carmen, you saw it, said the next step is. What do you guys think the next step is?
I have no idea.
Does he want to form a faction too? I'm kind of praying for factions to make a return.
He kind of has the faction with him and the Usos.
With Paul.
So brother up from NXT, then you'd have 4 of them.
Wait, he has more of his family in NXT?
Yeah, what's his name? Like Somos, Sakai, whatever.
Then The Rock would have to support that faction. There is like family members.
Well, the rumor is for next WrestleMania, him and The Rock are going to clash.
Whoa! Where does that put the Usos? Where does Rikishi rank in?
I don't know. I heard the Usos may split on the matter, and I don't know where Rikishi will go.
We didn't even talk about how bad the Vince McMahon stunner was.
Oh my awful.
God! What happened?
You know how bad it is when Stone Cold just laughed through the whole thing.
Yeah, Stone Cold laughed, and the way when he stunned Pat McAfee, who was so over. I got to bring that up in the podcast. The crowd loved Pat McAfee.
Yeah, and you can't go wrong with a Stone Cold stunner.
He took the stunner, and the stunner doesn't matter. You can stun good guys. He stunned Stacy Keibler.
Like I said, though, like even the thing, like when you were complaining about the match with him and Kevin Owens, I was like, it doesn't matter because like Kevin Owens just had a WrestleMania match with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, and I was end of the night.
He got a stunner from Stone Cold at WrestleMania.
I take back all critiques I had of that match. I watched it with Carmen for the listeners. I watched it with.
Are you crying, Bill?
And John Swavely. Shout out to John Swavely.
That's your Marty Jannetty.
Don't worry, Bill.
The Marty Jannetty to my Shawn Michaels.
Don't worry, Bill. All my 49 fans will read this.
Listen, they'll be here, and there more coming.
Bill, I want to ask you one thing. How did you feel when that Hall of Fame class came out and the Undertaker and the lights went out?
We didn't even talk about this. I turned the lights off in the room, which I thought was the funniest thing.
The lights off in the house.
I think the funniest thing I've ever done. When the bell tolls.
Bill, when you turned the lights out, like, were you waiting for the Undertaker to come down? Like, what were you doing?
Well, what happened was we knew it was going to be the Undertaker's Hall of Fame ceremony. And they have a ceiling fan with the lights. So you have that little cord you push down to turn the lights off. And it dawned on me that when the bell tolls, I can just turn the lights off in the room. There must have been, 20 people in the room?
There's a lot of people.
And everyone just started cracking up. And I started cracking up. I was very proud of this.
Did either of you two watch the Hall of Fame speech?
Yes.
Carmen did, and he told me all about it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I thought he left out a few people, but I thought it was a good speech.
Did he thank King?
Carmen's happy the Bell Twins made the Hall of Fame.
The Bell Twins suck.
Oh, yeah, the Bell Twins suck. They're good at making reality TV shows.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Bill. Yeah. If me and you were ever in the ring together, I will not turn on you.
Yeah, we're going to be that one tag team that doesn't turn on each other.
If that's what you want to tell yourself.
Whoa. Did anyone hear that?
That got real weird real quick.
Producer, can we rewind that clip?
It's all noted.
I think he said, where did he say that? I'm lying to you?
That's kind of what came across. I'll never turn on you if that's what you want to believe.
If that's what you want to believe.
I said if that's what you want to tell yourself.
Do you think that's what Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels were saying in the locker room? Like, we're
going out. Shawn's probably telling Marty, Marty, this is going to be the best barbershop ever. Just, believe that.
What was the idea of the barbershop? Now we're going down history lane.
Bill, me and you will go to a bar. It'll be the best bar ever.
And you're going to knock the beer out of my hand, and then the tag team's dead.
I might use a beer bottle, but who knows? Like, smash it. Like, I'll do it.
That'd be great. You take the beer out of my hand, you pour it out, and you smash it over my head.
It's like, down goes Blake!
Down, and then I'd start drinking beers like Pat McAfee. Did you guys see that video?
Just on the ground.
Pat McAfee's still drinking a beer after he took the stunner. And Stone Cold's still his friend.
Why not?
He just stuns you at the end. That's the problem. If you have a beer with Stone Cold, he's going to stun you.
It's kind of like a rite of passage.
There's no way Pat McAfee was like, please stun me. Please.
You have a beer, you get stunned, and then you get to have another beer.
And then you get stunned again. It's okay. It's like a ride.
Bub, that's hilarious you said. I've seen that where the person gets stunned, gets up, and Stone Cold actually pretends to apologize, gets him another beer, and stuns him again.
That's the Texas
Unbelievable.
Right there. That's what he does.
I love he can still do it. Hulk Hogan can't do the leg drop. Stone Cold can still do the stunner.
You can definitely still do the stunner.
I'm watching video of The Undertaker. He just did a...
Bill, we're on a podcast.
Sorry. Well, I'm watching Wrestling Muted while we're doing the podcast. And Undertaker really had some great moments. We should have a whole podcast about him.
Just do an Undertaker episode.
Oh my God! Start from the beginning. Mark Calloway.
Hey Bill, do you remember the time where Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar?
First of all, let's start right off the bat. He was hurt. Producer, he had a concussion.
Yep.
Brock Lesnar was laughing at him, and Undertaker doesn't even remember the match.
Wasn't Brock Lesnar supposed to lose that match?
No.
Does anyone think Undertaker's buttering it up a little bit, saying he forgets the match?
If he's just kind of covering up, like, I forget that one, so he doesn't have to talk about it.
There might be some butter on that one.
That's possible. He earned it. I'll give him that. He earned that. If he wants to forget that one, we forget that one.
Yeah. And someone was talking about he had that streak. What did it end? 19?
21.
21?
You call yourself
but they never talk about like he won in like 1997 in like a mixed tag match against like, there's so many random wins he had at WrestleMania that counted towards the streak that nobody mentions.
Because the streak was never a streak until it was up around like 12 or 13.
I feel like someone
was kind of a thing.
It was like early internet. Someone was like, "Wait a minute, Undertaker's never lost."
Because but before they even knew what the streak was, the big thing at WrestleMania was always Shawn Michaels was Mr. WrestleMania.
True.
And all of a sudden, that faded out, and you had the streak with the Undertaker.
Oh my God, you're right. It went from Shawn Michaels to Undertaker.
Yeah.
Oh no poopy.
No what?
I still have yet to curse. Producer, I've not cursed on this Bubcast.
Carmen.
What?
Sorry, I meant Bill.
What?
Don't want me blank.
I did the same answer. I was trying to do the same.
I picked up on it.
I'm going to hit you with a stone pile driver, Bill.
Oh, are we even? Is that still a legal move?
Hey, as far as I know.
Oh no, we're still here. My brother will hate this. Actually, no, I can't tell this story. Skip this story. Cut this part out. Cut this part out.
Cut it.
Cut.
You got to talk to Carmen about cutting it. He's the producer, editor.
Cut it.
Cut this because he knows I always bring it up and he hates when I bring it up. All right, enough. All right. So Pat McAfee. Do we like him, Bob? Do you like Pat McAfee?
I think he's hilarious.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't you feel like we should dislike him, but for some reason we like him?
No, I think he's kind of the face announcer. I think you're supposed to like him.
So, Bob, where do you rank this compared to last year? I think WrestleMania has been great the last 4 to 5 years.
Carmen, did you like WrestleMania? You thought it was all right?
I liked WrestleMania this year. Yeah, I had the better matches than others, but overall, I think it was probably the best one in the last few years since before the pandemic and everything. I enjoyed this year.
Oh, yeah, the COVID WrestleMania, which I still loved because it had The Undertaker, AJ Styles.
Yeah.
God, what a match. That's going to be a great podcast. We talk Undertaker.
Don't worry, Bill. I'll set you up when we're going to talk Undertaker.
Bob, I'm going to bring notes for that one.
You're going to bring notes. You should get your brain examined to make sure all your Undertaker notes are in there.
Well, I'm going to go deep. I'm going to go deep Undertaker. This is going to be the Undertaker podcast is what's going to get us to that Joe Rogan level.
Nice. 100 mil.
Fine, Bill. We're going
to be printing money, Bob.
Yes, Bill. All Undertaker, Bill. And the one match I want to bring your notes in, Matt. One match I want to ask you right now, Bill. What was your favorite match at WrestleMania with The Undertaker? Go.
My favorite ever is the first match with Shawn Michaels. I love that match. I watch that match on YouTube for no reason sometimes.
Because you got nothing else to do, Bill.
Well, that's...
You're probably not giving me a buzz.
That's why he's the host. That's why Bob's the host, because he's exactly right. I have nothing. I have zero to do. I throw on. I think that match is great. I put that in my top 5 matches of all time.
Hey, Bill, when you're watching this match, you drink a beer?
I'll tend to maybe toss back a beer.
Maybe.
A Steve Weiser.
No, when you were watching a match, I would throw the beer out of your hand.
And that's when the tag team breaks up.
And then when you try to stun me, I'll hit you right with an RKO.
Look, how do you feel about the what's the better finisher, Bob? The RKO or the stunner?
Same thing.
Stunner. Boom.
They're very similar.
Yeah, they are.
But the RKO, I guess they both do come out of nowhere when you. The stunner doesn't come from out of nowhere as much as it used to.
The RKO is the stunner without the stomach kick.
It really is.
Yeah.
Has he ever responded to this allegations?
What do you like?
Everybody knows what the deal is.
What do you like better, the diamond cutter, the stunner, or the RKO?
I actually love the diamond cutter. But it would be third.
Bill, are you making coffee?
Yeah.
Carmen, what do you like better, the stunner, RKO,
I think I would go stunner, RKO, diamond cutter, but I feel bad doing that to the diamond cutter. The diamond cutter was a cool move.
Stunner first all day long.
Then what?
I ran to take a piss and forgot to mute the microphone.
That was you? I thought you were
brewing coffee. Is that the producer cracking up? Is that the producer?
You gotta edit him taking a piss.
All right, yeah, we're gonna. I thought I muted the microphone.
You can't wait till it's done, Bill.
I thought I muted the microphone until you said, "Are you brewing coffee?" And I was like, "Oh no!"
Sorry, you laughing?
No.
Is that a first? Is that the first live piss on a podcast?
Yeah, it's the first time
I thought
in the live on my podcast.
We're starting new trends. Oh, that's so funny. I thought I muted the. Oh God.
Oh shit.
Anywho, that's inside baseball. I'd say don't even cut that out. Don't even cut that out.
No, nothing's getting cut.
Nothing's getting cut.
Too funny.
I swear to God, I hit the mute button.
Apparently, you didn't hit the mute button, Bill. Now the whole world's gonna hear you piss.
Hopefully, it was a good flow. I'm gonna have to re-listen.
And I'm gonna say, "Are you brewing coffee?"
From now on, I go to the bathroom. I gotta go brew coffee.
Oh, I am now too as well. That's a new term.
Gotta go brew a little coffee.
So anyway, which night did you like better? Night 1 or night 2? I should have said BRB and left the mic. I should have just said BRB.
I'm gonna catch you like night 1 better.
Now everyone's in. Now everyone really knows.
Not a night number 2.
It was a
now the night number 2.
It was definitely number 1.
Bob, you got to take back control. We've lost control.
And if you notice that nice even flow, that's because he calls for hims.com/Bubcast for prostate health.
For Pat taking piss and during the live stream.
Having trouble peeing?
That was definitely a real live stream.
That was the first true live stream.
What's that noise? Are you brewing coffee?
That was my favorite part.
I wish I have time for the percolator in the background.
We've gone completely off the rails.
Now I'm really going to hit you with an RKO, Bill.
I think I might need an RKO. Is that a slap in the face or is that content? That's content, producer.
That could be Patreon.
Bill, me and you are going to have a match, Bill, and you're not going to see it coming.
Oh my! This tag team is not going to last, Carmen.
Hey, Carmen Mancini's the referee.
Oh, where does he turn?
He doesn't.
I'm gonna get power slammed. Is where I see it turning.
He knows where his allegiance lies.
Double turn.
You and Bob doing a double power slam. I just bounce off the ring like a rag doll.
Double turn. I turn on both teams and bring in a new tag team.
Carmen knows where his allegiance lies.
Oh, that's so funny. God.
He doesn't team with Billy Piss on live stream blank.
By the way, when are we releasing the Royal Rumble predictions? Because people are clamoring for them.
I'll send you the tape. It's too late for that. It was a month and a half ago.
I think it would be funny to release it now. Because, first of all, you're right, so everyone's going to call you out.
Maybe we'll just I'll release it randomly one day, and I'll let you know.
Was something wrong in the tape? Did I say what did I do?
No, just too long getting it ready.
Carmen, I got 2 podcasts I got to send you.
All right.
Our producers are blowing it. We're the stars, and our producers need to get their act together.
All right, we'll send this one to you, and we'll see when you get it out online.
Well, we have to start yelling at the producers. That's how you get famous, bub. Start yelling at them.
No, I let Carmen do it. When Carmen gets it out, he gets it out.
Oh, that's the opposite of what I wanted out of you.
Producer, dude. I need to do 2 podcasts at a time, and when he gets one out, then I'll set up another one. I don't want to stack them with like 3 or 4. So
I think this might be the best podcast ever made. And I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I think this might be the greatest.
It's definitely up there.
I'm going to re-listen to this, and the part where I happen to not mute the mic is going to kill me.
It's going to kill a lot of people.
no edit out?
I ain't editing nothing out.
I love the idea I was brewing coffee.
This is going raw. Brewing coffee and all.
Oh, this is fantastic.
We've been this for almost an hour.
Well,
we're at 56 minutes. We got through every match, I think.
Well, that was a good funny show, gentlemen. I only have till an hour, so I'm gonna call it.
I
think
thanks.
I think this was a beautiful episode.
Thanks for joining. Hey, Bill, make sure it was beautiful, Bill. And next time you go take a piss, remember to mute your mic, all right, Bill?
I thought I did, Bub. I thought I did.
Next time for the Undertaker episode, Bub takes a live shit.
Bub, it was the first live stream. True live stream.
You're right, Bill. You should go famous on this, Bill. Brewing coffee?
I think all of us are about to be famous, so...
All right, guys. Thanks for joining me on the podcast. My name's Bub, and I'm out.
Peace.
Peace.
Later.